Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, everyone, it's the Kim Jacobs Show, and welcome to this episode where we're balancing life and bringing balance to your home, one household at a time. I'm so excited and honored to be here today with Dr. Judy Ambrose James. How are you, Dr. Judy?
I'm so excited. I am so glad. It's been 3 years since I've been here, Kim.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I'm excited that you're back.
thank you. Thank you, Kim.
And a lot's happened in 3 years, right?
Yes, it has. Yes.
A lot has happened in this world in 3 years. So not just for you, but for everybody. It's been a lot going on and a
And,
lot that we've had to make some adjustments to, you know?
yeah, and still happening. Things are still happening but we know God's got it.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I'm really glad that you're here today to just continue to share the importance of how important it is to use healing words and things that's going to make us be able to have what we can do to control a better outcome in our lives, you know?
That's right.
I'm really
That's right.
grateful for that. Listen, everybody, make sure you're grabbing your virtual seats. Take a moment, tag your friends, and all that good stuff. I didn't even go and share yet to my own people. I was doing all manner of stuff backstage, which is lots of fun. Don't get me wrong. Anytime you have the lovely Dr. Judy Ambrose in the backstage, you get a chance to have some good conversation. We checked some lighting, talked about our families, all kind of stuff. So I've had some great time with you backstage. But I am going to also just tag our followers and let people know to come on in and be a part of our conversation today. All right. So y'all ready for this? Y'all are in for a roller coaster ride. Get your minds right. Get your cloth. Whatever you need to do, because I always keep I say cloth like everybody carry a cloth. I got a black cloth, but tissue, whatever you need, because it's going to be a interesting conversation, but a heartfelt and heartwarming one as well. Let me just start by letting you know that I don't want to share a lot of your story because in your story, in your bio, is your story. This powerful woman is a international best-selling author. I'm going to say that. I'm also going to say that she is a mother and she is a grandmother, and her story is nothing short of amazing is what it is. You've seen me put the post that was partially paralyzed, and she had a situation that led to that and how she got back up from it. You're going to hear all of that on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I do want you to know that she's the host of the Generational Turnaround talk show and podcast. And she is also a published author of a book called Healing Words, Speaking Life into Generations, a parent's guide. So for all of you parents, you're in for a treat. Welcome, Dr. Judy Ambrose James, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Well, you know what? I'm going to start with this.
Talk to us.
I've tripped, I've fallen, but I've never stayed down. I've been down a little longer than I preferred with a massive stroke, 2 craniotomies. The second one put me in a coma, and I woke up on Mother's Day. Now, God is so intentional. He had my daughters right there. And when I woke up, I hit the ground running. Okay? Because God had made me promises.
Mm-hmm.
He said he'd never leave me or forsake me.
you,
He
Jesus.
said he would take care of all of my needs. He said to work, and he worked everything out for my good. So
Everything.
he had already gave me everything I need. He woke me up that morning.
Mm.
He started me on my way.
Thank
He's
you.
the Lord of my salvation, of our salvation. Yes, he is. And
Mm,
so it's one thing he did, Kim. He made sure that when I woke up, I didn't have to think about what I was going to do
mm.
because he gave me a mandate. The mandate was activate your faith.
Activate your faith. And this happened while you were in the coma, that
Yes,
he was God was
yes,
ministering to you and giving
yes,
you what most people would think, that when a person is in a coma, you don't really know what they're experiencing, what they're going through, a massive stroke, paralysis, two craniotomies, and with all of that happening, God was ministering to you, giving you a mandate. And
yes,
now being on the other side of it, you actually know that that is what was happening during that time of your life?
yes, yes, without a doubt. He gave me the mandate, activate your faith. And he told me to take it to the masses.
Take it to the masses,
Yeah.
activate your faith. How many of us can say that we have a mandate? I know I personally have a mandate. He gave me that mandate back when I was in my childhood years. For whatever reason, he let me know I was going to impact the masses. Never knew how it would look, what that even meant as a child. But now, as time is coming and unfolding, I can see it happening. So, mandate to impact the masses. And that's exactly what you're doing. You woke up on Mother's Day
Yes,
to these two beauties,
yes,
right?
yes, I did. Yes.
And what was that like for you with your beautiful daughters surrounding your bedside when you awakened on
Well,
Mother's Day?
the oldest one, she had been to church that morning. I was still in a coma when she went to church. And so when she came back, she came straight to the room and she was hoping that I would be awakened because they prayed for me
Right.
at the altar. Well, I
Jesus.
wasn't. But when she reached over to kiss me and to turn away, I woke up to my daughter. Yes. And so that's God there. God
Yeah,
ain't not going to do anything tomorrow.
that's right. That's right.
He's going to
That's
make sure that we give him the
right.
glory
That's
because
right.
it couldn't have happened any other way.
Mm, 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 mm. And sometimes when people are praying, Dr. Judy, we you pray and you want it to happen, but it
Yeah.
doesn't always happen the way that you want it to.
Mm-mm.
So when you woke up, yes, you did wake up, but there was still some paralysis there, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so how did that how did that work for you as far as with you activating your faith? Yes, you activated your faith, but it wasn't that everything that you wanted to have happen happened the way you desired for it to. What was that like for you?
Well, going back, I tell everybody, God, I was in that coma, he put me on the powder's wheel because I was trying to do all things for everybody. I was running and running and running, and I tried to take his place. They weren't asking God. They wasn't going to God. They was coming to me.
To Judy.
Yes, to me.
Mm.
And so God temporarily put that sign and temporarily out of service. And when I had that stroke, everybody left. I wasn't the same person. I couldn't help them with every problem. I
So wait, wait,
couldn't,
wait. You saying when you had the stroke, because you couldn't help people at the
yeah,
level that you were there for everybody back in the day,
yes.
there were people that were not there for you at this
Oh,
season of your life.
no, No, you get excuses like, "Oh, I didn't wanna see you like that," or, that's not my thing, hospitals, and
Oh,
and even afterwards, they would call me and promise to come and pick me up and take me for a ride, but never come.
oh my gosh.
So,
This is important to know because when you're
yeah,
talking about balancing your life, Dr. Judy,
yeah,
and that's what our
mm,
show is all about. How do you balance all of these things that you've done and been through to overcome and become who you are today? There was a season in your life that people were promising you things, and
mhm,
and these are same people that you had helped back in the
y
day,
yes,
but
and
didn't show up for
and
you.
and been there for all that time, and but, Kim,
What?
I know sometimes we think that, uh, it's the people determination to do that, but it's God. He will clear that way
Mm,
too. And those people are only supposed to be there for a season. Their season had expired.
wow,
And even though I didn't like the way that they left out of my life, it wasn't up to me.
that's right. Well, you have
God,
such a beautiful spirit. You have such a beautiful, loving, compassionate heart. And not everybody has that because people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you because you got me and you left me hanging and I'll always remember it." I personally believe that even if those people came back into your life now for whatever
yeah.
reason, you would help them the same way you helped them
Oh,
before.
yes, and have. Within these 17 years, they have, because it's been 17 years since the stroke, and it's been 7 years since the craniotomy. It wasn't at the same time. This is two different occasions.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah. So, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the
Yes.
Word was God.
Mm,
Though through him all things were made,
mm, mm,
in him was light,
mm.
and that light was the light of all mankind.
Yeah.
That's where healing words
Mm.
started from.
That's good. That's good. That's good. All
Yeah.
right. So when you got the mandate to activate your faith, and y'all type that in the comments section. And I see you typing activate me, activate me, activate me, activate me. All of these comments coming in. I see that. But make sure you type activate your faith, your own faith.
Yes,
Because if you're
that's
not
it.
motivated by anything else today, this woman is here sharing her story of how she had a massive stroke and then later a craniotomy.
Yeah.
Craniotomy.
Crazy.
Describe what is a craniotomy so that people know.
It's where they have to cut your cranium and release pressure that's built up.
Okay.
And so I had mine cut twice.
Oh my God.
And the second time was because an arrogant doctor who didn't believe that he did not put in something to drain
Mm,
the blood,
mhm,
and it was backing up. So he had to go back in there.
mm.
And that my daughter made that happen.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So she recognized that it was so much pressure happening, talked to
Right.
the doctor, and
Mhm.
that's why, you know what? And when we're talking about
Mhm.
balancing life, y'all, when you have your loved ones that have your best interest at heart,
Mhm.
be kind to those people,
Yes.
okay? Because you, in this case, Dr. Judy didn't know that she would need her two daughters at the level that they have shown up for her, nor,
Right.
and so whatever upbringing you instilled in them as
Mhm.
they've gone to become these adult women, they
Yes.
have decided not to leave their mother abandoned and alone. And for that, I just give major shout outs to you all as we're talking today to your mom. What's their names?
Crystal and Stacy.
Crystal and Stacy, shout out to you for being a great example of what adult daughters, children should be. I don't care if it's daughters or sons, should be to their parent if they are experiencing anything like your mom has endured. So kudos to you all for being wonderful, wonderful adult children that didn't just abandon your mom. So wow.
Kim,
Okay.
Kim, can I tell your viewers what healing words means? What it
Please, yes. And we're going to talk all about the book and
oh,
everything. But yes, tell us
okay.
what healing words mean,
'Cause
please.
I need them to understand. I know affirmations is a popular um, thing to have to say, but healing words, when received, have the ability to initiate and counteract the negative effects of past
Mm,
experiences and conditioning, when whether physical, mental, or spiritual. These words are designed to penetrate deep into the core of a person's being, helping to restore their true identity and
yes.
potential. The concept is rooted in the idea that words
Mm,
hold significant
yes, they do.
power. By reversing the negative conditioning that society often imposes,
That's right.
healing words can instill a sense of freedom and respect and
Jesus.
encourage individuals to redefine
Yes.
understanding of self-worth
Hmm.
and healing,
Yes.
breaking free from harmful beliefs that may have caused suffering.
Mm,
That's what healing words will do because it comes straight, it's rooted
and grounded in
and
truth.
grounded.
Wow.
So, a healing word, because healing words are like love, empathy, connection, any word,
Forgiveness, long
forgiveness,
suffering.
love, forgiveness, yes. And that's a words that need to be put in the arsenal. You need an arsenal. You need an arsenal that you can go through any time and pull that word out.
That's right.
The-
Healing words. And if you have those healing words right by your side at all
Yes,
times, then I
yes.
know I keep different books right here by my nightstand, and
Mhm,
I pull them up and affirmations. And Dr. Nikki Ziegler, and I always have her
mhm,
affirmations and things as well. Those
mhm.
words speak life to us.
Yes, they do.
They speak life. And so when
Mhm,
you came out and was now trying to be obedient, how
mhm,
important was it to be obedient? Because sometimes when you're attempting to do what God said, which is activate your faith,
mhm. Yes.
impact the masses, but then you
Mhm,
get out into the real world, it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm awake now and society is pressing me down. How
mhm.
important is it to be obedient in the midst of that regardless?
Well, it's very important. It's crucial because if you got a mandate from God,
That's
and it's not going to be an easy path to reaching that mandate.
right.
So it was very difficult because when I walked that
Mhm.
path and went into social media, because remember, he said to
Right,
take it to the masses, there's no other way, no better way
right.
to meet the masses. We're in 100 countries, right? Well, I
Mhm.
didn't have that. But I did join Believe in Your Dreams,
Yes.
named the um, my show Activate Your Faith show.
Mhm.
And so that is how I got
Good.
it to the masses.
That's
And
good.
that yeah, that was and I had no experience, no idea. But when Dr. Nicole met me, she knew I could hardly talk, Kim.
Mm,
I what I'm saying now, I could not say. But she took me in,
mm, mm.
her and Kern Cherry.
I'm actually literally tagging them just so
Yes.
they have made such a difference in so many people's lives. Dr.
Yeah.
Nicole and Kern, Cherry, and Believe in Your Dreams
Yeah.
television network,
Yeah.
all kinds of women and talk show hosts coming over and being a part of what we call beep beep beep, making a difference and believing in people's dreams. So she embraced you, even
Yeah.
though you couldn't really even articulate what
No.
God was saying,
No.
even though you had it in your mind.
Right. And I'm trying to almost using the excuse show and it was anthology. The anthology. Okay, so activate your faith. Then come Kern with make it happen with the anthology. And here comes Dr. Nicole and believe in your dreams.
Right.
So I have to take it that these signs came from God. He put he
Right.
orchestrated all of this.
That's right.
And so
You
I,
have to. You have to be like, okay, God, you have a sense of humor. When you
yes,
told me in this coma that I'm
yes,
going to formally impact the masses, I guess
yes.
this is the way I'm gonna do it by being a part of activating your faith, naming your show
Mhm.
that on Believe in Your Dreams television network, and
Exactly.
then also being a part of Make It Happen. You can't get any more clear than
I,
that. Make
I
it happen.
know. Okay, that's the okay. A sign. Who people? A lot of people say, "Well, I need another sign." Well, he's given me one, but I don't know if that was it or not. So I'm gonna
Right.
wait little longer. Well,
Mm,
I didn't.
I'm glad. I'm
I,
so glad.
I
And
didn't.
now you wrote this particular book, Healing Words, Speaking Life into Generations, and it's a parent's guide. So it appears
Mhm.
that and this is just from my understanding, it's a guide that's helping to bridge the gap between parents and children.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what inspired you to write this, please, and talk to us about
Okay. Okay. I was God had already given me generational turnaround.
it?
That was my second mandate. And
Mm.
took me, I don't know, I said, why me for generational turnaround? Well, he sent me over to TikTok where I met a young man who thought it was funny that I like to talk about God
Mhm.
and so
Right.
about he ended up taking me viral. 4 million people saw me. And I was supposed to be funny because I end up in this room and but I had so many young people that joined me
Uh-huh.
after. So that's how generational turnaround got its start. Well, that's when I had a what do you call it? A GT summit.
Okay. Right, 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 right.
Yeah, GT Summit. And that was when God told me, there's no way to have a generational turnaround unless you heal
Mm.
these young people,
Yes, yes.
their parents. And so that's where the healing words came from.
Good. I am so, you know what? Now I'm a part of CTR Media Network with you, and I didn't know any of this stuff that you are saying. So that means we need to all get to know each other a lot better, right?
Yes,
Because
right.
that is so inspiring. So you went viral on TikTok. You all can definitely make sure you connect with Dr. Judy Ambrose James. And are you Judy Ambrose James on TikTok as well?
Yes, but an generational turnaround is,
Okay.
yeah.
So if you search out generational turnaround or go to generationalturnaround.com, and on Facebook, she's Judy Ambrose James. But on all of the other places, you can just find generational turnaround and you're going to see footage, funny footage. That's funny, Dr. Judy. Sometimes when we think, it's like, what are they? Are they laughing at me or with me? Because I don't think I'm funny at all. But
Yeah.
did you think you were funny? Like 4 million views worth of funniness?
Oh,
It's like,
no.
what in the world? you
No.
didn't see yourself as funny, right?
Well, but they had some guys who was or girls that would put a wig on and they would pretend to be seeing what I was seeing.
Oh, okay,
Oh
okay. So they
yeah.
were remixing it, type of thing.
Yes, yes. They were remixing it. And I
That
ended up in the shade room. Yeah. When my grandchildren saw me in there, they, Grandma, what you doing in the shade room? I'm like, what are they
you're like, we
talking
got a
about?
cool grandma. We got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cool
Well,
grandma.
they know that. So, but they was even surprised that I was in there. But yeah. But you don't know where. First, let me tell everybody, you don't think it's going to be an easy ride when God gives you a mandate.
Right.
You may end up in the shade room or somewhere else. But go with it. Believe, trust that He's going to take you through it if He puts you through it. Well, that's
Wow.
wrong. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. The thing is, what I think I'm hearing is that we don't know how God is going to do this thing. You
No,
cannot make me
no.
believe that Judy, you're gonna be on some TikTok, being in the shade room, 4 million that went viral, right? I couldn't think that up. I couldn't think that up about myself, so I definitely couldn't have thought
No.
it up about you in no funny way, right? But
Yeah,
we don't have a clue how God is going to get you to the masses.
that's right. That's right.
Let
But
Hal be
you
his
see,
business, as people say, as Les Brown often says. Let Hal be his business, not mine.
that's right. That's it right there. That explains it right there. And as long as you're obedient,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's it.
And then you don't have to change who you are, because there are
No,
times when I get opportunities and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm as long as I can be true to say this and do this and be true to who God created me to be, I'm all for it. But if you're telling me that I have to do something opposite of who I am in Christ, nope, no, thank you. I'm not taking that opportunity. And even though it looks like it's a very lucrative opportunity, it's not for me. Every opportunity is not for me.
right.
So that's good. Good. Okay. So when you think about the principles in your book, what are some of the key principles and things that you want people to walk away knowing that read this particular
Well,
parents guide?
my book starts with well, it starts and ends with God. So that's a
Yes.
no-brainer because we have to bring to, and not just the young
Yeah.
people, we have to bring to this country of ours.
That's right.
And so the chapter one is called The Foundation of God.
Yes. Yes.
And so we've got to start with the foundation of God. And
Mhm.
then we go into listen for God. There's a lot of people who say, what does God sound like? I, I hear people say they talk to God. Well, then you listen for God.
Mm.
And so that's a chapter. And I want them to go back to the village mentality.
Right.
So many young people don't want to hear old stuff from old, but nothing that's now would have been if
That,
not for them.
that's right.
And so I, well, I'm right now, I'm the elder.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I'm an elder too,
know,
right now.
we're
I'm
the
like, wait,
elders now.
I'm an elder.
But
Okay. All right.
yeah, but the elders, man, you do you remember when you walking down the sidewalk and the elder sitting on the porch on the stoop?
Yeah.
What you doing, baby? Come here.
Hmm.
Give you that wisdom,
That's right.
that
Lots of
knowledge,
wisdom. And you
lots
just
of
sit at their
wisdom.
feet and like, oh my gosh, not
Yeah,
realizing that it's actually shaping who we're going to be as elders,
right.
Never
And
knew.
so that's what the village mentality is about. And then speak life. You have to speak life to these young people
Yes.
because what I'm found out at TikTok, if you're not for real with it,
Oh yeah.
they can tell.
Oh, they're gonna pick it apart. They're gonna remix it, and then
That's
they're gonna be
right.
like,
That's right. Like what they did me, you know. But you have to speak life to them, and then you have to not be afraid
wait.
to.
I'm sorry. I found this video that Mackenzie done put up here for me, so you can hear it. Hold on. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. If it just auto played, but I'm gonna show it because I found it and Mackenzie found it back there.
Oh, okay.
So hold on. Let me play it right quick. Hold on, because now I done found the video. You can't keep on going like we don't hear the video. Could you hear it playing?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. I want to show it real fast, and then we're gonna go right back to our conversation. Let's see where. Allow. Okay, give me 1 second. We'll pull it in. Thanks, Mackenzie. Mackenzie backstage. She done found the video. She like, girl, wait a minute. I got the video. Stop the interview. Okay. I'm like, okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me pull it in and see what we working with here. Hold on. Let me play this. Can y'all hear it? Let's see.
You lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off.
You can hear it?
You're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Wow. You know what that does for me? It inspires me so much. It inspires me. It inspires me so much because so many people make excuses instead of results. And here you are on that video showing that I don't care what comes, what goes, what craniotomy, what massive stroke, what pressure I need to get released out of my head. I am going to activate my faith and do what God said and mandated for my life. I give you so much honor and recognition. And I thank you for letting God use you on this earth. Okay. Carry on to talk about the book again, please.
And so those are just an example, but the reflection. We've got to not be afraid to reflect to our children that we were there once.
That's right.
We have to be straight, real talk.
That's right.
And let them know that, hey, this is what happened with me. And so I know where you are right now because I've been there.
Yes.
And so it's a really, real important chapter, the reflection chapter.
Good. The reflection chapter. Y'all, you want to get this book? How can people get your book? So I want to make sure people know how they can get this book.
The same I have generationalturnaround.com.
Okay. Generationalturnaround.com. I told y'all to get your cloth, and I got my cloth, but I told y'all to get your cloth and your tissue and stuff because this woman is so inspiring. Dr. Judy Ambrose James, generationalturnaround.com. Generationalturnaround.com is where you can get an autographed copy of this book. So you want to make sure you get your copy, okay? The other thing I think is important to know too is that some of the things that's in this book really is serving as a tool to heal families. Yes. It's not just words that you're putting in a book. You're giving people hope and a chance to better balance their family, having more synergy and more love and more unity and transformation, in my opinion, in the family unit. Was that part of the intent behind this?
Yes, that was definitely part of the intent. And after we go through, because I have the guide and I also have questions for each chapter that you can go back and just not reflect, but make sure that you got from
Like
that.
application, maybe
Yes,
how you can
exactly.
apply it.
Right. How you can apply. And the last chapter
Mhm.
is the face of incarceration. And the reason I have that chapter in there, because if you don't do chapter 1 through 13 and
Yes.
12,
Mm,
we are losing so many of our young people
mm, 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 mm.
to prison or the grave.
Wow.
True fact. And so if
Wow.
we don't use this guidebook to help them and ourselves, because the parents got to realize how to talk to their children.
Right. You can't be cussing the kids out, and
Yeah,
you
no,
act you trying to course correct the behavior, but you being the behavior.
right.
How in the
It,
world?
yeah, and I understand that they'll get to the your last nerve.
Yes.
And
Yeah. I'm gonna walk away. I tell my kid I'm gonna walk away on that note because
yeah,
right
that's
now
it.
I'm not
That
that
part.
mother. I've said that, Dr. Judy. I'm like, I'm not that mother that will punk down. I don't know how you word it.
Right. That's it.
I'm not that mother. So
Mhm.
let's just end this.
Yeah, real talk. And so that's one thing that we are trying to change the trajectory of where they're going.
Mhm.
And this all this technology, you know,
Yeah.
some things are better left not done because our children are so into technology
Yes.
that nobody says, well, yeah, I can do it, but should I?
That's right.
I can do it. Yes, I'm smart. I've got all of this, everything right here, but should I?
Mhm. That's
And
good.
so that's the dilemma that's happening to our young people.
Wow. Is there like any story that stands out in your mind? Because you know how like I know with the talk show with the Kim Jacobs show and you with Generational Turnaround and being
Mm,
the author, being with Believe in Your Dreams Network, being
yeah,
with CTR Media Network, being with Kern Cherry, and all of these
yeah.
different things that's happening in your life. Is there any one story that kind of stands out that somebody came and said it's because of you and what God is
Oh,
doing through you? I know you
oh,
may have plenty, but one that you can share with us?
no, the one that I was on TikTok and the young people was starting to follow me before that, before I went viral. And this young lady said, you know, I was listening to you and it's
Mm,
like you were praying to me and like every word was touching me. And I'm a young mother. I have two children and I'm only 19.
mm.
One is a special need child. And she said, I was going to leave them at my mom and then I was going to go kill myself.
Ah.
She said, I actually had it all set up. And she
Mm.
said, I heard you just talking before you was even praying.
Thank you,
You
Jesus.
was giving us advice and you were letting us know that it ain't over until God says it's over.
Mm,
You were letting us know that if we just trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not
mm,
to our
understand.
own understanding, and I would let them know, don't lean to your understanding because you don't understand everything that the God has planned for you. But
Yes.
if you do, and
Bam.
so she realized that she had just begun to live, even though she had two children, she didn't know what God has planned for her or those children.
Mm, 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 mm,
And
mm.
yeah, and even though she didn't tell me this that night,
Mm.
she told me this after uh, a couple of weeks. She came back because that was her first time being there, and
Wow.
she came back and told me the story.
Wow. Wow. And so to God be the glory that he is
Yeah,
really using you to impact the masses the way he chooses to do it at
yeah,
this in this particular generational method, because a lot of young people are heavily attached to TikTok. When TikTok went down for that little short period of time, I was like,
yes.
you know what? If no God,
Mhm.
bring TikTok back. Okay. At this
Yes.
point, somebody got to bring TikTok back, because these people gonna lose this right here, the whole world gonna unravel if we don't get TikTok back, right?
Yes, yes,
Oh
right. That's
gosh.
right.
So wow. Here's the thing. You are now a talk show host, and you have a show, Generational Turnaround Show. And I wanted to put this up before I even start talking about that, because you're impacting even within your own family unit. These are
Yeah.
your grandchildren.
Yes. 4 girls.
So
Yes.
you got two daughters and four girl granddaughters.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them, my stepson, but he was, that's his daughter on the right with the beige on.
Okay, so
So,
there is a male in the mix. I just don't have his
yeah.
picture. Lord have mercy. The one male, I
Yeah.
don't have your picture. I'm sorry, sir.
No, but he's gone. He's been out of the family because I divorced his
Okay,
dad, and so, but he's still, but he was always be in the family because he
absolutely.
was very young when he came.
And that's one of his children is in this picture.
Yes,
I look
yes,
at God, still
yes.
keeping the
Oh,
child connected
he,
to the family, and look how
oh,
God works.
mm-hmm. And so that's was the beginning for me when God gave me generational turnaround. I
Okay.
have only to look at those girls. But Kim, I have 4 nephews in prison,
Oh my gosh.
one on death row. So I, God gave me that for a reason. I didn't know at first
Mm,
why he chose me, but he knew that I knew the pain, I knew the suffering of mothers, fathers, young people, because I got 2 sisters who's going through the suffering. So
wow.
it's real. People don't realize it, but it's so many families that are affected
Yes.
by this.
Yes.
And Satan has got a hold. He's got a hold.
That's right.
And I call him the trickster because he's tricking so many people into doing not what God wants for them, but he's pretending to be
That's
God
right.
because he's jealous of God. So
That's
he wants to get all of the children.
yeah. And
And
that, and the sad part is that we as parents, and because I'm speaking about your two sisters. I don't know them
yes,
at all, but I
yes,
do know that I can speak on behalf of a lot of parents that you can do everything within your power
hmm, that's
to
right.
raise your children right to the
Hmm,
very best of your godly ability.
that's
And
right.
then at the end of the day, some things still happen in their lives
Yes,
that were not indicative of how you brought them up. And
yes,
so I just say to parents that are dealing with guilt and
yes.
shame and humiliation and embarrassment for whatever decisions your adult children may make. I'm Kim Jenkins,
Hmm,
the balance doctor, and I'm huge on
right,
believing that you can't make me believe that all of these parents out here were bad parents and their
right.
children were these mass murderers or whatever the case,
Thank you.
doing bombings and stuff like those. All of those parents were not parents that
No.
be like someone that you would be like, it's because of the parent, it's because of the parent. We don't, you just, we need to know that it's only by the grace of God goes
Mhm.
I, because anybody can have some circumstances and situations that turn things around in your life that
Mm-hmm.
make that outcome be a little bit different than what you originally anticipated it for it to be. So we
And,
have to be merciful and graceful to people.
and Kim, how can you say I believe in God? You know there's a devil. We know he's roaming. We know he has only so much time
That's right.
and to kill, steal, and destroy.
That's right.
So we can't say that we believe in one and we don't believe in the other because we know they're just the opposite of
Right.
each other.
That's right.
And so, yeah,
And we do also know that there are consequences to our behavior and our actions. And
exactly,
so all of
exactly.
us, none of us
Mhm.
are exempt from the consequences
No,
that come from whatever it is that we've sown in life. Even though I did preach a message on Sunday talking about some sowing when you're even in sorrowful states and being able to reap
yes.
in joy. That right there blessed my spirit because I hadn't even looked at it like that before. That even in the times of our agony, pain, massive stroke, and
Hmm.
paralysis and craniotomies and things, you still sowing.
Yes. Oh,
And guess
yeah.
what? You're gonna reap in some significant joy. And so if you
I
missed
am
that
a
message, make
I
sure you check
am
it out.
an example of that, Kim.
Yes,
I am.
yes.
And can I tell you, look,
And Dr. Tina is on too. Make sure we acknowledge
I
Dr.
saw that, I was going to say, hey, Dr. Tina, CTR Media Network. That's where I got my start for generational turnaround.
That is, she's number one. She's being very, 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 very modest, y'all. But Dr. Judy Ambrose James hit number one on CTR Media Network in her category. What category is that in?
Non-profit.
In the nonprofit category. If you go and download CTR Media Network on Roku and on Apple TV, it's on, what is it, Android TV, Fire TV, you name it, Google Play, and go into the App Store, download CTR Media Network. Dr. Tina J. Ramsey and her husband Curtis Ramsey, they are the founders of CTR Media Network. We stream in over 100 countries and 350 million households. And guess who's number one in her category? Dr. Judy Ambrose James. Yes, baby. Put some emojis in the comment section over
Who,
there.
who would have thought? So you see who God can use. I walk in believing your dreams, not speaking. I'm trying to. I'm on an anthology, and let me write and I'll write and I'll just get mine out of the way. They wasn't having that.
Mm.
No, no. You're gonna be appearing on shows like the Kim Jacobs show, and I was, oh my God. But not now, Kim. Not now.
Mm. Mm.
And and lastly, Kim, I forgot to tell you about Activate Your Faith Publishing.
What? Come through,
Yes.
Activate Your Faith Publishing Company. Go
It,
ahead, tell us.
there was no other title name for that because
Mm.
I had published 5
Mm.
disability community. We have a community. And I put a hyphen in between this and ability because
Yes.
that separates it.
Yes.
And I want them to know that, we can do all things. We are not disabled. We are well able to do
Yes.
exceedingly abundantly above all
Mm.
that is expected of us.
Mm.
And so that's where I am. There you go, Kim.
I
This
typed it how you said it. This
ability.
dash ability. You are
That's
separate from
right.
the this part. Are
Yeah.
fully able to do what God said you can do. Thanks to Dr. Judy Ambrose James being here telling us that. Now I do want to take a moment at some point. before we close out, to go to all of your comments that's flooding in. So we will
Okay.
do some flash rounds of comments. Let me just also ask about your nonprofit organization and how that's making a difference. I don't want us to close without getting to hear
Oh,
some of your initiatives as well. So I'm being your agent over here. Go.
you are the generational turnaround corporation. And I am a transitional resource center. And what I'm doing now is I'm helping the disabled and the fathers and mothers who are getting into society.
Mhm.
And so what I'm doing now is helping them to write a book on their and what happened on their lives and their situations. And so with the incarcerated that's getting out, I'm having them write a book on
Okay.
their life, but also in that book, a special for their children.
Oh,
Because there are some who will not be able to go and see their children
right.
because, and so I thought that if they would just write to their child
Mm,
and they get that book,
mm.
what that do? That might even mend the relationship between the mother that says after she reads that, give
Whew.
them a right to see them again.
Oh,
That's what
Dr.
God
Judy.
that's what God gave me to
You
do.
know, I know there's the Dr. Judy, that you hear the Dr. Judy, but there's the
Yeah.
Dr. Judy Ambrose. That's what we're going to,
Yes.
the
Yes.
Dr. Judy. You can do your own column on Dr. You know what, Dr. Judy, on the Kim Jacobs show, we have Freestyle Friday experts.
Yes.
And I know you have your own show and all, but I would love for you to come and be a Freestyle Friday expert and share
Oh,
you share like 5 to 7 minutes worth of tips and
this
strategies and things. And imagine just healing words expert on the Kim
yeah,
Jacobs show. Please be our Freestyle Friday. How many of y'all
I
think that
will.
Dr. Judy Ambrose, I'm going to say Dr. Judy Ambrose because she's going to have her own segment on the Kim Jacobs show, would be a great Freestyle Friday expert right here on the Kim Jacobs show?
Oh, I would
Please,
love
please,
to.
please do me the honors. Okay.
I would love
Okay.
to.
This has just been such an endearing situation. Tell me what you would tell your younger self right now, because now, like you say, you are the elder. What would you tell your younger self based on
But
everything you've experienced?
oh, I would know then what I know now.
Right.
Okay, I would tell my younger self that there is nothing that can stop me because I was scared of everything when I was younger, scared of getting older,
Mm-hmm.
scared of the responsibilities that comes with getting older.
Mm.
Mm. I would tell my younger self, get out there, do what God
Yes.
telling you to do. God first. You
Mm.
put God first, everything else will follow behind.
Good. Yes. Okay. Let's go to some of the studio audience comments. And oh, that would be great, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey said, if you became a Freestyle Friday expert. You know,
Oh,
she's all
right.
about collaboration.
Yes,
For
he
you all
is.
that are not a part of CTR Media Network yet, you definitely are missing out and being a part of a great family of
Ooh, it
people
is.
that support each other and we love each other. And thank you, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, for allowing us to be in the program. Oh, I do want to at least let y'all know, I should let you know that the Kim Jacobs show in our category, which is the self-improvement, we actually were ranked #1 as well, thanks to all of
Yes.
you all out there that tune in on Roku and all of these platforms. So thank you, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, for allowing us that honor of being in the self-improvement channel as #1 on the Kim Jacobs show. Thank you all to our viewers. All right, come on, let's see more comments. Amen. Amen. I see you. Congratulations, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey said. Lots of love and hug. Powerful story that she said, wow, wow, wow. I think she loves you because she don't type this much on nobody's platforms. You know, she's busy. Dr. Tina J. Ramsey be busy. So for her to be on here this much is a lot. Nangjong Noel says, wow, that's great, ma'am. Great. Are you still paralyzed? Mackenzie wanted to know.
Yeah. Yes. Hand and arm.
Hand and arm, she said.
Right. Yes.
Okay. She says she was paralyzed. Mackenzie was 20 or 21, and had a reaction to a shot that she had with the booster shots when the COVID vaccinations were happening, and left her with debilitating disease. With her and her two young children. One was an infant at the time, and her husband stepped in, her family, and helped her tremendously. And she's now back to full doing hula hoops on her viral videos over there. And she works for the Kim Jacobs show backstage. Thank you, Mackenzie. All right. She said it was so scary. It was so scary. You definitely do find your village when you're in situations like that. And let's see, over here on Instagram, I see lots of comments as well. Lady Justine Hilliard said, that's right. The yelling, the cursing out of the children does not help them. They need to be taught the correct way through teaching them how to respond and resolve their problems, not joining in on the problem.
Right.
And she also said, say that mother, Judy Ambrose. They don't know we know anything. They don't think that we know anything, but we know plenty is what she said. Okay, let's see. I see you, Dr. Marcia. I see you, Birmingham Wives. I see you, Just Being Trey. I see you, Snow Baby Girl. I see you, Dynamic Songbird. All of you all, I think some of them went too far up for me to see on Instagram. Sorry about that. But I see all of you that have been joining in. Eleanor, I see you. Dr. Eleanor, I see you. Ninjong, I see you. Erica Harris, I see you. Destiny, I see all of you guys. Eileen, I see you. Mackenzie, I see you. I see you. Evangelist Brenda, I see you. Damon, I see you. All of you guys. Thank you all so much for being here on the Kim Jacobs Show and tuning in so faithfully. Congratulations to you both. Thank you, Mother Justine Hilliard. Listen, coming up, I do want to make sure you all know that I'm a new pastor here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So for those of you that are not familiar with our church, we are right at the Brownstone Signature Events venue. And every Sunday at 10 a.m., this is where we hold our services. Beautiful facility. And it's right off of Highway 49 in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was in Harrisburg. Take exit 33 off of 485. If you are anywhere near the Charlotte area, near UNC Charlotte, is right there, about 5 minutes from UNC Charlotte. And we welcome you to come and be a part of the service. I'll put that back up for you to scan the QR code. And on March 20th, I want to let you all know we have our guest speaker for eWomenNetwork.com is going to be Dr. Marcia Alston. If you have not registered for our networking luncheon with eWomen Network, please make sure you go to eWomenNetwork.com/Charlotte, and you'll see our events that's coming up. She's going to be speaking about They Said, I Said, God Said. And on May 7th, tickets are going to go real fast because people are already coming in from Florida, Georgia, other places. But we want to make sure that Charlotte, North Carolina is in the house. eWomenNetwork.com/Charlotte, May 7th. We're having our summit with Sandra Yancey traveling in from Dallas, Texas, talking about how to unlock your profit power. Again, tickets will automatically sell out. They do every time. And you want to, as a business entrepreneur, know how to unlock your profit power. And she can teach us how to do that. All right. Any closing comments, Dr. Judy Ambrose?
Well, I want everybody, all your viewers, to know that as I was talking about the disabled and those incarcerated,
yes,
I am looking for sponsors. Can I say that, Kim?
Yes, come through.
I am looking for sponsors to help these write their stories. Yes. And so many people will be helped and benefit from the stories of those who've gone through this, gone through so much. because there's a lot of you out there that are going through, and you're not believing that there's an end, light at the end of the tunnel, but there is, and that light is God.
And that light is God. Somebody type that. The light at the end of the tunnel is God. And God has, in my opinion, no respecter of person. So what he can do for somebody else, he can do for you. Make sure you know that at the end of the day, light at the end of the tunnel is God, according to Dr. Judy and according to Kim Jacobs, the balance doctor. We both share the same sentiments. Make sure you go to generationalturnaround.com. There's a way for you to stay connected, to communicate right there on the website, generationalturnaround.com. She's looking for sponsors. She's looking for you to purchase the book, which is a book that is going to change you and your family's lives. So make sure that you go ahead and get this book, Healing Words. And that's making sure that you're speaking life into every generation, not just you and yours, but in all of the generations that are out here. Stay connected with her on Facebook, which is Judy Ambrose James. And again, you obviously can go to TikTok and see the viral videos of over 4 point whatever million people that have seen her TikTok videos and remixed them. And that's Generational Turnaround on TikTok and all of the other social media platforms. And I would encourage you, if you would, take a moment today, please, to partner with us, The Kim Jacobs Show. Sometimes you get not because you ask not. And I'm asking you all today to take a moment today and partner with our broadcast. And please send any amount. Sometimes people are like, well, I don't have that much to send, Kim. Guess what? Whatever you send, I promise you, it is a help to allow us to keep all of the subscriptions and things that we need to bring this program into your home every day. We come on Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's only because of your contributions that we're able to keep the show thriving. So you can contribute through PayPal, which is paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. Or you can do Venmo at The Kim Jacobs Show. Or you can Zelle, or even some people do Apple Cash, 704-962-7161. We have iHeartRadio listeners and Spotify radio and Amazon Music listeners, so they're not seeing the screen. So that's why I'm saying that. Okay. All right, everybody. I see lots more comments coming in, but we got to get ready to. Okay, let's see. Somebody said, hello, ma'am. I hope you are well. I watch every one of your videos and I really like your videos. Thank you so much, Freelancer Ashik. I appreciate it. Congratulations to you both. Lady Justine said, thank you for sharing. That would be great if she become a Freestyle Friday expert, I think she is. And okay. All right. Woo. We got through it, Dr. Judy.
Yes, we did. God be the glory.
You know how you're on a show and you like, dog, I forgot to say this. Is there anything you meant to say? Say it right quick.
I just want to, I also have a segment, Disability Unplugged, on Sundays. That's my show.
Okay. Disability Unplugged. I'm going to put this back up, Generational Turnaround, because I don't have the image of the Disability Unplugged, but I'm telling you, on Sundays, on her Disability Unplugged episodes, what time?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somebody type that in the comments. Central. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, let me type that. So Disability, -ABILITY, Unplugged.
Yes.
At 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On where do they go to get to it?
Oh, they're going to be, you can go to YouTube.
On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to check out Dr. Judy Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
In action. That's what I say. All right. All right. So I just put that up. Ability Unplugged at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Check this out with Dr. Judy Ambrose, and she brings on different people and talk about what they're dealing with, right?
Yes, but it is on generational turnaround. It's just a segment that I
on
have.
generate. Perfect. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm accurate. Let me put this back up, y'all. If you go to Generational Turnaround and you stay connected with Dr. Judy Ambrose, James, she's number one, y'all. So already she's doing a lot of viral things around the world. Make sure you download the CTR Media Network app. You'll be able to see it right on Roku, on Apple TV, Fire TV, or Android TV. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see it there as well. Dr. Judy Ambrose James has blessed our souls today by being present with us. Thank you for sharing your life with us today. We appreciate you and we love you.
Thank you. I love you, Kim. Thank you, everyone.
I don't want to disconnect because it's like, it's like there's no stopping you. There's no stopping you.
No.
You know how they be like, you all the way turned up? I don't know those songs, but it's like, I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
I might be saying it wrong, but you get the gist. I'm turned all the way up.
Right.
That's what you are, right?
Yes, I am. This talking about sky's the limit. There's no limit. Because I don't know where all God is gonna take me next. I went viral. I had no telling where he's gonna take me, wherever I'm needed.
Wherever you're needed, but you ready. You're gonna put your cape on and you go.
I'm ready.
All right, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Love you, Mackenzie, backstage. Love you all. Have a great day. Love you, Dr. Tina. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Love you, Dr. Judy. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.